Chief Davey is going to be answering questions with us this evening. So you had your hand up already.
Wait.
That's right. He's got to introduce himself.
We're out of line here. I'm going to, if you look at these, I summarize.
Okay.
And then we have a question. So what's your question? Let me summarize.
Ready to summarize first.
Okay, so thank you for coming. I do apologize about the sound thing, so as long as my voice holds up. So anyway, okay, so to start out with, I want to thank one guy who was instrumental in getting us to this spot tonight, Dr. Jeff Pelosi. Would you stand up, doctor? Are you here? Stand up. Stand up. Okay, so do you guys remember in 1976 there was a movie called Network? And Howard Beale was a national newscaster, right? And he gained fame because he used to tell everybody on the TV, I want you to go to your window, open up the window and scream, we're mad as hell and we ain't going to take it anymore. And that's the way I feel about these property taxes. We're not going to take it anymore. So that's what we're here tonight for. So, okay, let me, a couple of things I want to talk about. So, you guys, hopefully, one of the ways we're communicating with around the state, we're starting our own radio show. If you didn't get a flyer, please grab one. It's going to be on WHKW 1220 AM, the sister station, 1420. We'll be on every Tuesday night from 7 to 7:30. It's a call-in talk show. The numbers are here, so call in and make your voice known. But this is going to give us an opportunity to communicate with the other 88 counties when we get our constitutional amendment going. We need the signatures. Okay, so in your packet, so we're taking a two-pronged approach on this thing, folks. Okay, because we've been down the road. I've been doing this through 3 cycles with these politicians, and I've got absolutely nowhere. So we have a two-pronged approach. That approach is this: we have our core asks that we're still calling the state reps and state senators and trying to get them to do something for us. So short term, it's these 4 things you have in your packet. Short term. The main thing for me was when we started this a year and a half, 2 years ago, is we want to eliminate property taxes for everybody 65 and over. I think we paid taxes long enough, okay? We need to eliminate that. We need to get rid of it. The other part to this is we need to change the way, we've been talking about it, the system that they value our homes on for taxes with these unrealized gains. We're equity rich, but we're cash poor. So we're paying taxes on our house that's 3 or 4 times what it's really worth. So we still want to keep trying to beg these guys to do something for us, but at the same time, we're working on a constitutional amendment because I don't believe they're going to help us. I've been through this too long, and I get the same run around every 3-year cycle. Well, we're in budget meetings right now. I'm getting this already now. We're in budget meetings, you know, we're going to be tied up till June, and then, well, maybe we'll work on it. Then June comes and goes, the budget's done. Sorry, we'll work on it next year. I'm tired of hearing it. So, you know, there's all these, at the end of 1997, at the end of 2023, there was 40 bills down in the state Senate or state legislature. They could have passed any of them. They did nothing. Nothing for us. We begged to do something. 187, nothing, okay? So we're starting that process again. So we've got to take it to the people. Now, the second part of what we're trying to do is this constitutional amendment. We had hoped we'd have it ready by now. We're working on it, trust me. We have Brian Massey here from Lobbyists for Citizens in Lake County, KLO. We're one of our sister groups. We're working with that group. We have some attorneys working on this constitutional amendment. We hope to have it by now, but it's a lot of work. It's very detailed. We've got to make sure we get this right. This is why we want your information, so when we get this this ballot initiative, we contact you and say, okay, we need your signature, and we also would like you to distribute petitions for us. So that's where we're going. But the second part to this, and we want to include this in our amendment, is these two things, but upon passage of this amendment, within 24 months, we're going to abolish property tax in the state of Ohio. Totally. We need to start over again, folks. The system is too convoluted, it's too rigged, it's too complicated. When we meet with state reps and state senators, they don't even understand it. And they admit it to you. We have no idea how this works. And I've actually talked to state reps and said, I would support wiping the slate clean, abolish the property tax, we'll start over again and figure out how we're going to fund these schools. So when we get this constitutional amendment, part of it will be, okay, we're asking this right now, give us some relief, but we're going to abolish property tax in Ohio. And I don't think it's a crazy thing to do. You've seen there was 2 issue ones the last 3 or 4 years, right? People took it to the streets, they got it on the ballot, they got 460,000 signatures they needed, and they were able to put it on the ballot. That's what we need to do. We can't trust the politicians. We've got to take this thing. So it's so important. We need those. We're talking 88 counties, and we're building clubs just like we have here. And when we get these petitions, we're going to go to 88 counties. We're going on to Zanesville in a couple of weeks to talk. We're going to have, okay, you take care of Muskingum County. So we're going to need your help. It's a big job, but it's time to end this thing. So this is why we need your help, okay? So before we do that, we're going to be in question 1 second. So before we do that, we're going to have a Boston Tea Party. So you remember everybody threw their tea in the harbor? Okay, this came up in the last meeting. People kind of like this. So we thought, well, maybe we should go down to the county courthouse with our tax bills and light them on fire and burn them. But I thought, well, they'll probably arrest us all for starting fires. So I want you guys to keep these 2 dates, March 20th and March 27th. We're hoping the weather can be a little better. Those are going to be the 2 dates. We're either going to use one or the other. We need you to kind of send us an email. Let us know if you're interested. We're going to go down with signs, shirts, posters. I want you to bring your tax bill down there. At a certain point, we're going to rip them up and put on a show in front of the county tax office. So if you're interested, please send us an email. I'd like to get about 100 people down there on the street. So if either one of those dates works for you, let us know, okay? March 20th or March 27th. So let us know to sign up for that. So, based on that,
What would be the location?
we would go right down to the county administration building. It's East 9th and everybody's cross street there.
What building is this again?
The county administration building.
Where you pay your taxes.
The county administration. It's on East 9th. We'll have something on our website for this. So we'll get you all that. We'll help get you down there. We'll help you park. We want to get at least 100 people down there to make some. So we're going to do questions and answers now. I don't want to do too long. I promise the father we get out of here by 8 o'clock. But if anybody has a question, comment, please stand up so we can hear you. We'll do our best to answer.
Just in your property value, they have a website, but how about people that aren't online? Yeah.
Well, that's a good question. Val, we need you. Come on. If these people aren't online, how do they contest their tax bill?
I'm sorry.
Okay, this fellow said, if you're not online, how do you contest your tax bill?
Is do it physically. Okay, so on you came in early enough, we ran out of the packets, but in your packet, there's a help brochure. And in the help brochure, there's an address. That's down on 9th Street. And I've got the forms back here, if you'd like one of the forms. You can fill it out, put your evidence with it, and you can take it down here and deliver it in person to request a hearing. No, you have to go down to the county office. You can, but they didn't have website access. They were saying if you don't have access to a computer. They are doing some of these at county meetings. There is 3 more county meetings left. So they are doing these at those meetings. So if we've been putting them out online, but if you don't have a computer, you're not going to get our emails. So the best way to do it is to go to Main Street.
Okay, who's next?
I'm
Lady, you got a question? All right, oh, I'm sorry. Which one?
Well, I want to know if you guys are going to include in this amendment getting the schools off our back. I am a county person where I live.
Where?
Walton Hills.
Oh.
And Bedford City Schools passed a 9.9 mil bond on us for over 30 years. And every homeowner that I talked to, between Walton Hills, Bedford Heights, and Oakwood, said they did not vote for it. But guess who did? The renters.
Well, right. Well, I live in Lakewood, same thing. And so that's why ultimately we want to abolish
I
property.
mean, I have senior citizens that have had their homes paid off for 30 years or more. You know, and now they're talking about having to move.
Right.
School issue on top of the property values on top.
And you know, and this is what our state politicians tell people. And we've heard he's got it on tape. One of our state reps, a lady, a mature woman, same thing. I can't afford my taxes. What do you want me to do? You know what he told her? He said, hey, honey, your house is worth so much. Why don't you sell it and move into an apartment? This is what they're telling me.
So the school system is failing. I pay out of my own pocket to send my kid to private school to the tune of over $13,000 a year for high school. I think I paid enough already.
Well, and have you seen the results our kids have? I mean, they can't pass math or English. So anyway, that is the reason why we've got to abolish and start over. There are other ways to fund these schools. There's 22 districts in Southern Ohio right now that do turn income tax. There's other states that do it different ways. That's why we have to abolish this and start again. Because you're right. I mean, in Lakewood, they're closing 2 schools, but they're coming for a levy next year. No. Yes, sir.
President, I'm very happy to know that you identify yourself as a representative. President.
Yeah, thank you for that courage.
My question and concerns, first, I'm very happy that you're nonpartisan.
Great.
But I'm very partisan. I'd like to know who are our friends in the county executive, which is mostly Democratic, and who are our friends in the General Assembly, the House of Reps and the Senators, mostly Republicans there.
We haven't found it yet. And here's the speech that I give. I promise that not to get political, but oh well. So, you know, I've been a Republican all my life. Not necessarily by choice, but I just can't go the other way, okay? I ran for state rep. Okay, so I know. At the end of last year, we were calling all the reps and asking them to do something for us. We were calling Democrat and Republican reps. The Democrats would say to me, Keith, I'd love to help you out, but you guys won't bring it to the floor. It's true. And there's the problem. If you're a Republican, you need to get on the phone with the people that are Republican state and state senators and Republican reps and say, listen, the Republicans control the legislature. This is your problem, guys. You got to bring something to the floor. I'm trying to get a meeting with Matt Huffman, the next new speaker, because last year's meeting, he goes, well, we're not going to do anything this year. We'll do it next year. Okay, put your money where your mouth is at. You need to call your state rep, and like the lady said before, if you don't do something for us, we're going to primary you and vote for somebody else. And you need to call Matt Huffman's office and say, look, you need to get something on the state, you need to get something on the floor for us to vote on. So, you know, I'm that party, but we're not doing our job. So if you're a Republican, call your Republican rep. We have not found a champion yet. In either party, champion the cause and cause. That's why we got to do it ourselves.
Go ahead.
So if you use the property taxes on the city, but you can't afford them right now, only
Well, that's the short term. But again, the amendment's gonna say, once we pass this, within 24, we abolish it totally. I don't wanna pay it ever again. You know, I mean, my ask is, when I call people, I'm past 65, I believe, but we need to, we've paid it too long. I'm done. 65 and over, I'm done. No more, period. Yes, ma'am.
Now, when I tell you, oh, we'll sell your house and move to an apartment, the rents have increased by tremendously.
Yes.
A whole house by Cleveland Zoo now is running between $1,200 and $1,500 a month.
And that's cheap.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's cheap.
And the cheapest apartment that's available, that, again, they could have raised it, is the Westbrook apartments in Brooklyn. A one-bedroom apartment is $800 a month.
Right.
So if you have a social security check that's less than $1,800 a month, and you've got to pay supplemental insurance.
Right.
And buy your food.
Right.
You know, that's the whole problem with this entire mess we're dealing with. They don't care. They don't care.
You know what, every election cycle, they come out to the senior places, right? Because we vote. Well, it's about time we start voting some way else, folks, because they give us this rhetoric every election and they don't do shit. Right. Would you run?
No, I'm saying, we did do something, I know you should do it, if you could talk to whoever from the Republican side, they would make that an issue.
Well, I think it is, you know, the hard truth is, and I run several times in my district, and the hard truth is you probably will not get a Republican elected in county. It's just not going to happen in county. I agree we should have an emphasis on that. But that's why the other part of it is county council, which a lot of people don't even know we have a county council. After they got rid of Filmora, they created this county council, 12 districts. It's a part-time job. They pay people $78,000 every day.
I want to do that.
Yeah, I like county council. It's a good gig if you can get it. 2 meetings a month, 78 grand is nothing. County council, you got to keep your eye on these guys, folks. That's why I want to go down and protest at the county building. If you go online sometime and see the agenda for county council, one meeting, the money they spend. Unbelievable. We're not talking like in the city, 50,000, a million at a time, 200,000 at a time. And did you see the article last week? We got a $25 million deficit at the end of this year in the county. Yes, ma'am.
Well, you actually, I have a proposal, a suggestion to all of us in the audience, and that includes me. From what you said, there were two young legislators, one from Cincinnati, who's a Democrat, one from Madison County, who's a Republican. Now, they both worked together and sponsored bills last year. And the one of them was interviewed by Tobias, the Signal. All right. So, the young Democrat, and I'm assuming I'll call him that, said, we just can't get anything through because there's such a block.
Right.
So I have a suggestion, and it would require commitments from us and something that we probably haven't done. If our problem is, and it is a big part, there are other parts, Columbus.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And predominantly Republicans who just won't do this.
Yep.
You can pull a ballot every time we go to vote. So I'm a Democrat, I pull the Republican ballot, and I vote against the guy.
Right.
That is a strategy. It is requiring, saying, when you get to the poll, I want a Republican ballot. And your goal is, under that person's name, say no.
Right.
The other thing I would suggest is that and I'm just learning how to do this. If we pay attention, if nothing was passed, then we just don't vote for whoever is in the legislature at this time. And send them a letter and saying, I'm not voting for you. I'm pulling a ballot if I need to, because you're not including the constituents in your governance attitude. It's kind of like being a mental con.
Right.
You know, seriously.
Hey,
What you should do is send out a list of all the incumbents.
We're voting.
And we go down and you vote on the incumbents. Because it's not like maybe it's Republican.
That's the other thing too. We're gonna start sending out a list of no votes. So when when these House bills and Senate bills, they're trying to control our property taxes and reduce them in any way. When they get voted no, we're gonna send a list out to our membership on who voted no. Yeah.
It's the only way. The Constitution, all these guys care about is getting reelected.
Right, yep.
Do we know what the increased revenue will be for the county based on the latest reappraisals?
I don't know if we have, do you know that, do you know the numbers, Brian?
No, I've only known Lake County. Lake
I
County.
don't know.
I asked the county for it before coming to this meeting.
No, there's no way to know that. All of them are different.
Yeah, we don't know.
Well, here it is. Between the cities, the villages, and the schools in Cuyahoga County, it's an additional $116 million, just like that, by reappraising the property.
And we didn't vote for it.
I think Cuyahoga County is another $12 million. So just like that, $130 million is being pulled out of productive citizens' hands who can spend the money as they want to. This is an unvoted increase.
Right,
And it's absolutely crazy. Look at, you can request it from the Cuyahoga County, and we'll send it to you.
Yeah, sure.
But it's $116 million for schools, villages, and townships.
I mean, this is why it's so important that we start getting involved. And I mean, when you leave here tonight, if you do nothing else, make one call, send one letter. We can't just walk out of here and get the one. It's driving people out of their homes. You're going to see people lose their homes coming here. We've got to get loud.
Just like that.
Yes, ma'am.
It said, since my complaint letter, I had a hearing on the 19th. But I'll go ahead and